Coach, girls are going back to the ship. It's been a minute. Talk about this season and the kind of journey that these girls have been on.
For the first time in the history of our program, we began to play right after last season. We played spring ball, we did fall league, we did summer league. We played at rec centers. We just played wherever there was some ball to be played. And we knew this team was young. We knew that they had a lot of growing and maturing to do. And we believed in just putting them test through fire, right? Trial through fire. We're just going to play people. We're not going to back away from anybody. Whoever the challenge was, we were going to take that challenge and we were going to play. And so we took a lot of lumps, but that's because we play a tough schedule. We're going to play the North Torrances of the world. We're going to play the Redondos and the St. Joseph's this year. Just whatever teams that happen to come our way that are tough, we're going to welcome those challenges. And from that, I think we learned. They say iron sharpens iron. And I really think we did a great job of working to try to peak at the right time. And so you see the mentality shift. One thing we spoke to the girls about was the fact that they're no longer whatever grade they were in during the season. That season is over. You get a chance to be brand new. So our sophomores are now juniors. Our seniors are graduate students. Our freshmen are now sophomores. And so we just projected that thing that way. And I think it's paying off. So it just shows the power of the mentality and the power of playing against tough competition.
Talk about the challenge that Leuzinger posed coming into tonight's game, knowing that they've won their last two seasons combined. They won 35 games, 45 games.
So Coach Bo has been through the ranks, right? He's been at St. Mary's, he was at Westchester, he was at St. Bernard's, and he's a winner everywhere he goes, including Leuzinger. And so I'm very pleased to consider him a friend in the game. And so our competition is always fierce. We always converse about how we want to whoop each other and beat each other on the court. But it's always a lot of love and a lot of laughs. Leuzinger's going to be tough. They're going to play hard. They're going to be well coached. And they're going to attempt to execute. And I think that's what you saw today. Very tough team, scrappy, never say die attitude. And that's just a indirect relation to the coach that they have.
Their better player, Tatyana Aubry, got into foul trouble early. She had 3 in the first. How do you feel that affected their game plan and what they were able to do, not only offensively, but defensively? Because when she came back into the game, she was their facilitator.
So what I think happens is often they say your greatest strength is your greatest weakness. And so her hyper-aggressiveness, her competitiveness is something that we thought she was going to bring to the table. And so for us, it was a matter of making her play both ends of the court. She's a phenomenal offensive player. She's a tremendous athlete. She does a lot on the defensive end for them. And we wanted to just make sure she was incorporated in as many plays as possible to try to wear at her, to try to get some type of attrition going on in terms of that. And so I think her aggressiveness is what led to the early foul trouble, but her aggressiveness is what causes her to be the phenomenal player that she is.
The last team that you helped take to the CIF championship game was a very special one.
Yeah.
What did you see tonight that gives you memories of those games?
So this team is completely different from any team that we've ever had. I don't know if it's a sign of the times. The team is really loose. They're really silly. And they haven't had enough experience to really know where they're going. And so one thing that we talked about was the embracing the newness. Our last CIF team and last state championship team, 2018, they actually played with the team that went to state in 2015. So for them, it was the chase of where they had already been, finishing the business. This team is brand new. This team's going to come into practice on Monday, laughing, joking, throwing dirty socks at each other, just having a good time, right? Our struggle is going to be to get them to lock in and to be appreciative of the opportunity. So for us, it's a completely different team. I think more so for coaches, what it brings back is kind of the newness of the remembrance of our first CIF game. Because we haven't been in 7 years to a game of this magnitude, kind of remembering how we were when we first started. We came in 2007, 2 years later, we played in 2009. We played in the state CIF championship against St. Joseph Santa Maria. We ended up losing to them. 2010, we ended up coming back and we ended up beating them. So I think for us, it's the excitement of being back to where we know we belong, which is contention for CIF and state championships.